Hello, my friends. I'm Carlos. This is my friend Steven, and I'm in his house, and I'm with his Le Male collection. So keep it right there, and we'll give you a quick run through all of these Le Male.
Brooklyn fragrance lover. Brooklyn fragrance lover. Brooklyn fragrance lover. Brooklyn fragrance.
So when did this madness begin? Because this is one of the most flankered fragrances. If
That's
there
true.
was a top 10 most flankered fragrance, this would definitely be on it.
And it's funny because we even toyed around with the idea of doing like top 10 houses with the most flankers.
Uh-huh.
And this would probably make it at either number 2. The only company that would come before it is probably Calvin Klein. But so it all started in the mid-90s, of course, as
Okay.
I'm sure you know, where the original came out. This is not from the mid-90s. This is, of course, a reformulated version that I've actually worn a lot of. But this was composed by Francis Crookjohn, who now has his own line. And sure enough, Francis Crookjohn has done this one, and this one, and this one, and here's where we kind of started to go in a different direction. I don't remember who the perfumers are for these two, but I know these two are Natalia Gracia Cheto.
Wait a minute, there's a girl in here.
Yeah, so that's Classique
Ah!
Essence de Parfum.
I mean, wait a minute. This,
Yeah, so these
that
are...
guy's got a little bit of a figure there.
There we go.
Ah,
So
okay.
that's the male-female combo. Cool. So one Classique in the mix.
This reminds me of Tiff Benson. She actually has a blend, which she gave me some of. This and I believe Molecular One.
Oh,
Bro,
cool.
trust me, it works.
Really?
You're gonna love
Awesome.
it.
I'll
So,
try it.
I've never worn the original. I've smelled it on others. Actually, just one coworker. Or I might have actually smelled it around everywhere, but didn't realize that it was Le Male. Where'd you spray it? On the test strip?
Right here.
Hmm.
It's good. Yeah, it's
Is
good.
it mint?
Yeah, there's mint in there. Vanilla, mint. It's over popularized. You've heard it being spoken about so many times.
Is
Lavender.
Is this a classic in men's perfume?
Oh my god, absolutely.
Men's fragrances?
Yeah. So it's funny because there are usually 4 scents. Let's see if I remember them all. There are 4 scents that were released in the mid-90s. It was this, Lotus et Porum, Acqua di Gio, and Angel Men.
Wow, that was a big year.
And it was 1995, 1996. All 4 of those fragrances were released. Huge.
This reminds me, not in smell, but in type of fragrance, Eros, like Versace Eros. Young,
Yeah.
clubby, assertive,
Yes.
kind of sweet, kind of loud. And this is a reformulation, you said.
Yeah.
It used to be mad stronger back in the day.
From what I'm hearing, I didn't own it back in the 90s. I always wore Cuba Gold, which is a clone of Le Male. And then I had another fragrance by Amway Global called Ancestry, which
Okay.
is also a clone of Le Male.
Alright.
So I never actually owned this until the past few years. But great fragrance. It's definitely a classic. But from what I hear, people talk about the performance being much better
Just
on the
pull it off?
older batches. Yeah, you can pull that off. And then
Up next, Ultramal.
Ultramal. The king of clubbing, right? King
Yeah.
of clubbing.
I think that this is a really nice one. I did enjoy it. It's very sweet. I believe it had a pear note, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yep, totally.
It's very bubblegummy. It's real sweet. I really liked it. I really probably should have not traded it away. This is uber sweet though. This is really bubblegummy sweet.
Yeah.
How does it wear for you out in the world?
It's super strong.
And people
Super
like
strong.
it?
Oh yeah. It's funny. So the one story that I have with this one is I brought it with me when I went on my bachelor party in Vegas.
Okay.
And I was wearing a Ventus. So I brought this and I brought a Ventus, and I ended up like not wearing this at all. But one day my brother goes, "Oh, do you have a?" Because my brother doesn't really wear fragrances, so he goes, "Do you have a fragrance I can wear?" And he didn't want to smell like me, so I gave him this one. And we were walking through the hotel, and I'm like in the casino, and I'm like, man, I should have wore Ultramal. It's so good. Just smelling it on other people, it's so good, honestly.
There are a ton of fragrances that sometimes even reviewers bash or don't like, that it doesn't work on you, but when you smell it on somebody else, it's like an entirely different story.
Mhm.
Versace Eros is one of those, and I'm sure these can have similar stories.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
totally.
I think Fragrance Bros didn't like this one, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, it's not for everybody, and everybody has their own sense of smell, and smell is subjective, and
neither is right or wrong, you know.
No two people are gonna like the same exact foods or the same exact colors, so.
What am I smelling here? Does not smell like the original.
So that is Le Beau Male, and Le Beau Male, also composed by Francis Kirk John. If we're doing chronological order, it should really be more like this, and I'll put that back on there. Le Beau Male is more on the lighter side. It's a bit of a fresher composition, and it actually features wormwood, also known as Artemisia.
Artemisia.
Yep.
This is definitely on the fresh and not as loud as the original or this one.
Totally.
Not a love for me.
Yeah, this is one that when I first bought it, I liked the wormwood note, and at the time my only experience with wormwood had been Memoir Man by Amouage, and I remember smelling it, and I created this narrative in my mind that it was a more wearable Memoir Man.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, I really like this, but I haven't worn this in years. I probably should though. Maybe I'll wait until it gets a little bit warmer out.
This is very voluptuous, very feminine.
Mm-hmm.
So this is for the wives, the girlfriends, the sisters, the mothers. But actually very nice.
Yeah, Orange Blossom.
But not, it's Orange Blossom Neroli always tend to be kind of sparkling, bright. There's a little darkness on this one.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's a
And
very
it lasts.
it's a very statuesque fragrance, just like the bottle there. But nice.
Speaking of Orange Blossom, there's a fragrance that we don't have in here called Fleur du Mal.
Yeah, you know what? I had that one back in the day. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I wore it to work. Somebody was and I got rid of it.
Oh no. Yeah, it's funny because it gets or I would compare it to a Fahrenheit. I don't remember if it's Aqua Fahrenheit or Fahrenheit 32, but one of those two has like that orange blossom feel about it. And I would say Fleur du Mal is in the same family. This one is notably and noticeably feminine.
Yeah, for sure. Now the Fleur de Mal is a lot of guys found feminine, right?
So yeah,
That's what seemed to be the buzz that I heard.
Yeah. I like it though. I never got around to buying a bottle of it, but I do like it. So this has some of the Le Male DNA, but it's a different perfumer and it has more of an emphasis on the spices. I reviewed it a while ago.
We did this together, didn't we?
Not that one. I remember doing that one on my own. But for that, I want to say it has cardamom. I could be mistaken.
Yes. This is nice.
Yeah.
It's leather. It's leather spices.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right on the money.
This is the parfum, right?
Essence de Parfum. Yeah.
Yeah.
The spiciness. So it's like if you like CH Men Privé, you're gonna like this one as well. Definitely in the same family. And
This
then,
is a little more mature than these predecessors,
yeah.
in
So
my opinion.
sweetness is in there, but it's definitely toned down.
Your sprayers.
You know, I have a story with that one too.
Okay.
The sprayer on this one works a little bit better.
Popeye. Eau Fraiche Popeye?
Yeah.
Okay. Eau Fraiche Popeye. Popeye is in Spanish.
Le Male Eau Fraiche. Popeye Eau Fraiche.
Okay.
So, both of these are the same exact smell. So let's just get that out of the way.
Minty. Minty, fresh, summery, lighter.
You got it.
But lighter, but with some substance and some character. Like that one was a little. Why do they have to?
I get you. Yeah. So for this one, I think
This is nice.
you mentioned Eros before. I think these two might be the closest to Eros. If you had to compare any of these to Eros, I would say it's these two. But they definitely have a more pronounced mint note, which I really like.
Superman has a better sprayer than Popeye.
Okay, so the story with that is I brought this on a cruise with me one time.
Ah.
And I sprayed just fine. Left the room. I came back to the room. All of a sudden, I went to spray and it wouldn't spray. My guess or my theory is that the person who was cleaning my cabin probably dropped it or whatever, knocked it over.
You know, can't even believe a freaking fragrance in your room. Ah!
Yeah. It's alright. I would never say anything.
You can decant it into a.
I've considered that. And you have a new method for decanting, which I think might work really well.
Thanks to Rich Lopez.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Rich. So what do you think? What's your favorite? What's the verdict?
I love the original. I'm sorry I missed the boat, but I probably wouldn't wear it now because it's like so 90s. Kidding.
Or it's an iconic smell. You smell it on a lot of people. You want to differentiate it. You want to smell unique.
Truth is, I like it. I don't love it. It's one of those fragrances that I love better on others than I would want to smell myself for a long period of time.
Yeah.
I do love this one a lot. And this right here.
Definitely. It's one where, as you can tell, I got down to the middle of the back there, and I've been wearing this one a lot. And knowing that I still had a lot left over, I still went out and bought a new bottle because the summertime is right around the corner, and I know I'm going to wear it.
Did you know they were the same fragrance?
Yeah.
Or you found that after? Going in to buy it, you knew?
No. Well, I smelled it right before I bought it.
Oh.
I smelled it at Macy's, and I'm like, it's the same thing. I'm like, still going to buy it.
He's a collector, as you can see. He's a collector in the house.
So if we could just recap: original, iconic, light and fresh, but kind of dull, super sweet, feminine, a little challenging, compliments, compliments, compliments.
Okay.
That's it.
So thanks for doing this with me. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed.
Oh, my pleasure, man. Anytime.
Well, that's all we have for you today on the legend Beau Male and the subsequent flankers. Thanks to the generosity of this young man right here, we are offering a 5ml decant of anyone that you'd like to have a 5ml decant of. All you have to do is subscribe to Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, subscribe to Redolessence, like and share this video, then leave one comment down below with what your favorite Beau Male is. If you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing, and if you have been watching this channel, click on that bell icon so you don't miss notifications on fun videos just like this one today. Pleasure.
My pleasure.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next review.